Fully padded practice has officially begun for the Dallas Cowboys, and today we're going to analyze some of the tape that has come out of camp. And I'm very, very excited to really break this down, really get into it, because we have a lot of clips like this where the rookie here, Mazi Smith, is going to try to handle Tyron Smith as well as Tyler Smith's double team block here. Now this is considered a deuce block, if you guys don't know what that is. Basically the left guard is going to get a little bit of Smith. The left tackle is going to be the one to really come down and crush him and try to move him out of there. And they do a pretty nice job initially, right? You can see that the double team block really gets Mazi Smith out of there. Now, this is kind of unfair because it's not just the double team block by Tyler Smith and Tyron Smith. You also see the tight end here kind of get a piece of Smith as well right there with the right hand, and that kind of ultimately gets Mazi Smith out of there. But I will say this, the rookie does a pretty nice job after he gets almost triple teamed to kind of recover, get his feet underneath him, and then he's going to push Tyron Smith backwards kind of into the running back there, who's basically already tackled at that point, right? When you try to get three guys to block one guy, it generally doesn't work for the offense, right? The play that is. You see on this play specifically, the veteran, a veteran who I really, really like, Jonathan Hankins, a guy who I think with Hankins and Smith in there are going to absolutely dominate against the run. But you'll see Jonathan Hankins here do a really, really nice job. He's going to slant to the right. He does a great job blowing this play up, right? You see he's basically in there. Let's break down what he does. You're going to see that obviously you get a double team with the left guard and left tackle on Smith, which means the center is blocking down on Hankins and the right guard here is actually coming here to pull. So as you guys will see when we continue the clip here, the right guard continues to kind of come around here to pull. And Hankins kind of recognizes that pretty quickly. He mirrors that guard that's pulling. He knows that the center has to pick him up, and he's going to use the right hand on the left elbow of that center. And he's going to basically pick this guy up and move him to the side. So that's a really nice job right there by Hankins to be able to beat that block. From there, he also basically disrupts the pulling right tackle. Keep in mind, both the right tackle and right guard pull. He disrupts that, basically resets the line, and you see that the running back basically has nowhere to go. It's a really, really nice job. Let's go ahead and get into this next clip here. This play here is going to be Micah Parsons absolutely destroying the offensive line. Specifically, he's in a one-on-one situation with right tackle Tyron Smith, and he's going to get the sack on this play. Now, the quarterback obviously takes off running, but we don't care about all that, right? We really care about what Parsons does on this play. Now, Micah Parsons was an absolute force at camp today. He was basically unblockable. And it wasn't just Tyron Smith. You'll see in a couple clips later down, Tyron Smith struggled to block him. The backup left tackle struggled to block him. Basically, he was unstoppable, right? And that's kind of expected out of the best defensive player in the NFL. But I really like what he does on this play. If you guys watch Micah Parsons, we're going to go ahead and zoom in here. If you guys watch Micah Parsons, what he's going to do to Tyron Smith is he's going to attack that outside hand there. And as he attacks that outside hand, as he gets to the corner, he's going to bend. And that bend right there is nasty. I mean, look at this. To me, the fact that Parsons here is able to turn that body the way he does, he's bending the right arm and shoulder here is basically dropping. This is absolutely impressive. And he's basically able to get to the quarterback and he brings the quarterback down. This is what I want to see, man. This is what I want to see Parsons do more of this season. Not just use the hezzy move, but pure speed rush as he does here, right? Attack that outside hand, bend the corner, drop the shoulder, because it makes it very, very hard for offensive tackles. Now, obviously, you guys see the rep. Tyron Smith does lose the rep, but do keep in mind, this is the first fully padded practice, 100% speed by everybody out there. And Tyron Smith is still kind of recovering from that knee injury, right? He's not 100%. We know that factually to be true because he isn't fully, being out there for every single rep, right? We were kind of told that by Mike McCarthy earlier that they'll limit him just a little bit. But nonetheless, great move by Parsons. Interestingly, if you guys look at the defensive front here, the safety, Jawan Curse on the line of scrimmage, Damone Clark also on the line of scrimmage, and both guys are going to drop back out of there. And you can see that basically the centers and guards are kind of left without blocking anyone, right? So that's just a really, really nice job. And you put DeMarcus Lawrence as well as Micah Parsons kind of on the same side, and you can expect having success with those two guys on the same side. So a really, really nice job. You see Lawrence also wins his rep. You just back that up here. On this rep here, you got TJ Bass actually taking first string reps at that right guard position. And you're going to see that DeMarcus Lawrence is going to give it to him. Lawrence is going to attack the outside hand. He's going to push and he's going to pull. And you can see that the rookie guard is basically caught leaning forward. And you see that basically DeMarcus Lawrence gets in there for the sack as well. And maybe it's not, but yeah, it is just a pretty nice job kind of getting back there and kind of helping TJ Bass, who ends up losing. But these are those valuable reps that I think go a really, really long way for the offensive line, for the defensive line. A guy like TJ Bass, right? And kind of how much he can improve with these type of reps. I do want to show you guys the next play as well, because Michael Parsons is going to absolutely crush Tyron Smith. The last play was obviously against Tyron Steele, and it would be unfair. And you know, bias pushing if I wasn't honest. Parsons basically did this to everybody, right? So you can see the rep here. Parsons is going to absolutely crush Tyron Smith. Now, Tyron Smith does fall on this play. It is an incomplete pass. Let's go ahead and really break this play down, zoom in a little bit. Really, really nice job by Michael Parsons once again. Basically, he's going to do what is referred to as a speed to power move. What that means is basically he's going to try to go upfield first. He's going to really set this tackle up, try to make the tackle lean just a little bit to try to match that speed. And then he's going to use the inside hand to basically club or try to get the tackle off balance. You see that left hand right there. Parsons hit the inside shoulder of Tyron Smith, and that left hand right there is what basically allows Parsons to win to the inside. I mean, that's just a beautiful job right there, and you could see that this is a sack by Parsons, right? Once again, really, really, really nice job. That's exactly what you want to see. Just backing this up here a couple frames. This time you got number 75 playing right guard, and he's going to lose the snap here. This is Josh Ball, who is expected to start. This time he loses to DeMarcus Lawrence. You're going to see DeMarcus Lawrence is going to get out of his stance, and he's going to cross-chop Josh Ball, and Ball is not able to shut it down. Just a really, really, really nice job right there, right? You can't have that. If you're a starting guard in the NFL, you cannot fall for that move. But DeMarcus Lawrence has looked really good in some of these different clips that I've seen, and this is just one of them, right? So he's going to get out of his stance, as you guys will see. If you guys look at the right hand, he's going to attack the outside hand of Josh Ball with his right hand. Right, he's going to hesitate just a little bit to the inside, attack the outside hand. It's really like hard jump to the outside, and that gets guys leaning. And in this instance, he wins. You see Josh Ball basically loses the rep. You can't have that right there, but that's a really nice job by the veteran to beat one of the younger players. Check this run rep out by the offense. Michael Parsons blows the play up. I mean, to me, this is just beautiful. And if you have a down block, and I know Michael Parsons is not on 99.9% of teams, when you have this down block, you got to get there. You got to be serious about it. You got to make sure that you're able to recognize when the ball is going to get snapped, right? Maybe not look at the ball, but instead listen to the snap count. You can see that Michael Gallup is laid out of his stance. And this happens, right? Receivers are oftentimes looking at the ball because they can't necessarily hear the quarterback. And sometimes if a defender's looking at the ball, as are you, the defender may beat you. So he has to know the cadence in this instance. And you got to block Parsons, right? Parsons absolutely blows this play up. I mean, this play loses 4 or 5 yards on the play. But there's a couple other guys I want to give some credit to. Tyler Smith has a reach block here on Neville Gallimore. And he's going to do a really nice job being able to beat Tyler Smith's block. Smith does obviously fall there. It looks like he does trip, but still from Gallimore's perspective, a really, really nice job. It is interesting because I did see Tyler Smith on this rep here, and I'll slow it down so you guys can kind of see it. I did see him try doing something a little bit different. He's going to try to chop down the hands right there of Gallimore, right? He's going to try to use the right hand to chop the hands of the defensive tackle. I didn't see him do that a whole lot last year, so maybe he's trying to practice a little bit of something he didn't do last year, try to throw in a couple more wrinkles into his game. It's a nice little rep right there. On the other end, if you guys look at the center, and it's going to be kind of hard to see, the center does a great job getting to the front side linebacker. Initially, he does get held, but he is able to kind of get past the defensive tackle, and he is able to get to Jabril Cox, number 14. You can see Hankins does a really nice job out of his stance, making contact with 2 guys and kind of holding on right now. I don't know if the officials would call a hold here on 63 right by Jonathan Hankins. He has that right hand, and he's really grabbing on Tyler Biadasz. But Biadasz does a good job fighting through it, gets up to the linebacker, and the linebacker ends up falling. So it's a nice block right there by the center. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Check this rep out. You got Malik Davis, who's going to run an inside zone to the left of the formation. Really nice job by the offensive line. Now, one person does mess up, and basically, if you guys watch this play, and watch number 55 here, 55 is going to blow the play up. He basically goes untouched. But still, from some of the other guys, it's a nice job, right? Obviously, one guy didn't do his job, but let's go ahead and zoom in here and really analyze this play. If you guys watch Tyron Smith, he's going to do a fantastic job. To me, when the left guard is pulling, you got to be able to really cover that, right, as a tackle. And in this instance, the left tackle does a great job covering it. Nice down block right there on Odigizua. Really shuts that down. Even beyond that, if you guys watch the down block here by the tight end on DeMarcus Lawrence, really nice job with the down block right there. He's able to seal it off here. So the running back at least has the lane to the outside. Now, because of the angle, I'm not able to tell you guys exactly who did not get to their block on the offensive line. But if you guys do look, it does look like it is an outside zone. So it should have likely been the center, or there should have been some sort of swap between the center and the left tackle to pick off that linebacker. But again, it's very hard to tell without, actually having the actual angle, right? The play does technically get stopped right away. But still, it's a pretty nice rep right here by some of the guys on the down blocks. To me, this is some of the things that I like to watch from tape. Inside zone, outside zone, definitely are able to kind of feel, right? Or it's a lead pull or whatever it may be, right? It's definitely stuff that you can kind of look forward to. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Check this rep out. You got a touchdown pass on a circus route, or at least it looks like a circus route. Brandon Cooks basically is going to beat Jaron Kearse, who it looks like he's in a man-to-man situation with Brandon Cooks. You got Malik Hooker as well, the safety, who's not able to kind of make it up. Again, not 100% sure if it's cover one, man-to-man across the board, or if it's a cover three with some sort of match concept. But just a really nice job by Cooks. He definitely has that speed, and you can see it. Keep in mind, it's the same play, just a whole different angle. You can see Cooks still has that speed, right? He still has that deep ability within his game. And that really fires me up to be able to come into this season and know that the Cowboys now have multiple options of a guy that's going to be kind of going deep. So I really look forward to that. Now, just to kind of analyze this play a little bit, you got the play action roll to the right for Prescott, and then it looks like it's a throw back, right? And that kind of makes sense. It's kind of what allows this play to be set up. Let me go ahead and back it up just a little bit into the other angle. When you look at Cooks here, he's really selling this route to the inside. And as a safety, when the play action happens and the quarterback starts to roll over to this side of the field, well, as a safety or a guy in man, you think naturally the receiver is going to run some sort of route to this side. But when he kind of turns his back to the outside, again, it looks kind of like a circus route. It's very, very, very hard to stop, right? And Cooks just does a really nice job stopping, in his routes, changing directions, and of course he hits it for a touchdown. This is a play the Cowboys will be running once a game, guaranteed, to Cooks, right? It's kind of a, you play action, you run one way every time, and then it just happens to be one play where you play action and you throw it back to the opposite side, right? It's a hard throw to make, but Dak Prescott does it. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Check this next rep out. The Cowboys are going to run a play action, and they're going to hit CeeDee Lamb on a crossing pattern. Lamb comes in motion. Really nice job by the offensive line on this play to keep the quarterback clean. Based off of watching some of the clips at a camp, it seems like the defense definitely got the better of the offense today, although the offense definitely held their own, right? And you do got to keep in mind the offense is without one of their highest paid offensive linemen in Zach Martin. Probably their best offensive lineman as well. And then even beyond that, the Cowboys have a top 2 or 3 defense, right? So it's going to be difficult. But the Cowboys offense still did a lot of good things, right? You can see on the defensive side on this play here, on the left defensive end spot, you got Dorrance Armstrong. On the inside, you got Odigizua at the right D tackle spot, Mozzie Smith at the left, Micah Parsons, Jaron Kearse is on the line of scrimmage. Kind of an interesting defense, right? But definitely expect a lot of safeties and those type of things around the line of scrimmage. Guys coming on blitzes or whatever it may be, right? So just kind of an interesting rep to kind of just talk about a little bit. You got another really nice rep here. Michael Parsons is going to do, Michael Parsons things. Luckily, and this is to Kevontae Turpin on the left side of the field for Dak Prescott, or the left side of the formation. This is a nice throw, nice diving catch. If you guys watch Parsons here, just his quickness, right? His ability to change directions has dramatically improved, in my opinion. And he was not bad at this last season, right? And here's the backup tackle, by the way, as well. That is Chuma Odoga. He's going to have no shot to block Parsons, right? But obviously, Tyler Biadasz, a really good center, is able to kind of help and pick that up, or at least I think that's Biadasz. Let me back that up here just to confirm. It is 63, which is Tyler Biadasz. So pretty nice job right there to kind of help. It's going to be an interesting season, man. I really think that this season's going to really come down to Dak Prescott and if he feels comfortable with the Mike McCarthy offense, because the playmakers are there, right? The offensive line, the running backs, the receivers, and the depth especially is there, right? And that's across the board, even on the defensive side, right? So Dak Prescott just has to feel comfortable this year. And if he's able to deliver the way he's been doing early on in camp, I expect a big season. I truly expect a big season. Really nice job right there by Prescott. An equally nice job here by Odigizua, who I think is going to put together a really nice season this season. Really just gets right into that left guard right there and takes him back. I think it's number 66. It could be 68. So it looks like it is 68. So it's Matt Forniak, who is competing to potentially start, right, if Zach Martin does not come back in time, that is, right? So just a little bit better job right there, kind of anchoring down. Of course, preseason's right around the corner as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. If you guys did, please consider subscribing. Definitely takes a lot of effort to get these videos out there. Multiple hours of editing, recording. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. We'll be continuing to cover the Cowboys over the camp, the preseason, and even into the regular season. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time with another video.